Hello everyone, Jacob Hamilton here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great evening. Wanted to make a Facebook Live about the old saying, the mantra, if you will, the customer is always right. Now, I know what people mean by that when they say that. You don't want to argue with the customer. You don't want to shift the blame to them, right? You want to keep them happy and keep their business. But truth be told, sometimes the customer is not right. And I'm going to share a story with you that happened, something that happened to me recently. I got a guy signed up, closed the sale, and got all the documents submitted and everything. And in a couple of, maybe a week later, he calls me up and I answer. And you know these kind of customers. They're sort of like the guys on the radio that are real kind of bombastic and use real over-the-top language. I think they call them shock jocks. But these customers are kind of like, oh, I can't believe it. It's the end of the world. The sky's falling in. You know, they make a big deal about whatever they're calling about. So this guy calls me up, and I answered, said, hey. And he said, I said, how's everything going? He goes, it's a train wreck. And I'm like, oh, man, well, what's going on? What can I do for you? He said, oh, man, I signed up over a week ago. Nobody's called me to schedule training. Nobody's reached out to me. I got to have training. Oh, I just can't believe nobody's reached out to me. The world's over, pretty much. So I said, it's okay. Just don't worry. Stay calm. I'll get in touch with our training department. We'll get you taken care of. Well, lo and behold, I reach out to our trainer. Come to find out, and I was copied in on these emails, she had reached out to him multiple times to schedule training, left him voicemails, even scheduled a time for training 3 days earlier, and he said, I'll be there, and he no-showed her. So I laughed about it, and I told the trainer, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I didn't realize that, that this guy, you had actually already scheduled something for him, and he no-showed. She goes, no, it's okay, I understand. But I said, well, if you could just please give him a call. And she called him up and got him set up for training. But here's this guy who was contacted multiple times. He no-showed the trainer when he said he was going to be there. He just didn't show up. And then he has the audacity to call me 3 days later and, oh, you guys aren't training us. Nobody's called me. So anyway, the point of this video is sometimes the customer's not right. And sometimes they will leave things out or not include information, and they're just angry. Maybe they had a bad day, and so they just want to take it out on you. The other thing to say is that in sales, it's important that you keep good relationships with people that work in your organization internally, people who do installations, trainings, customer service, because they're a very important part of that customer staying with you. So that trainer, I was real careful how I handled it. I didn't want to get on her case. Hey, how come you didn't call this guy? I just asked her, hey, this guy reached out. Do you know what's going on? Come to find out, she did her job. She reached out to the guy multiple times. She scheduled it. He no-showed. All that information I didn't get. But when this customer called me, boy, we were the worst. And man, the sky was falling. And man, it's a train wreck. So just want to let you know, of course, we still should handle customers with kindness and respect, but just know the customer is not always right. And sometimes you got to do a little digging to figure out what really happened. And sometimes people at your company will drop the ball, but give them the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes these customers are not always being truthful. So hope this was encouraging to you. Maybe you've had a similar situation like that. If you have a situation where a customer did something like that or blew up and turns out everything they were so heated about was just nothing, give me a thumbs up or leave a comment if you've experienced something similar to this. Hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless. Take care.